Ugh. One person. Who's that? I haven't done a politics show in a few days. I've been sick. I've been very, very sick. Feeling a little better today, so figured why not. Sabrina Merrick. Hello, people. How you doing? Unknown Trader. Good to see you. You're always one of the first people here. So is Sabrina. Guys, hit the like button on the way in. You know the routine. As soon as I start one of these shows, I get tired because I know I'm going to be arguing with fucking morons for the next hour at least. Hit the like button, guys. All 7 of you. Mike Ramey, you. Walter Liquor. What's going on, brother? Shaw Landon Clark. All right, all right, all right. Hit the like button, everybody. I don't know what kind of crowd we'll get today because it is New Year's Day. Everybody's off work and all that shit. I don't know how many people are sitting at home scrolling, but at least in this part of the country, there should be a lot because it's 20 fucking degrees outside. It's freezing. So I don't know. We might have a big crowd, might have a small crowd. I hope it's not small. Got to wait for the first MAGA bum to jump into the chat. Talk shit to me. Thank you, Nick. Yeah, I'm not fucking around today. I want to get this shit done. Well, nothing is really open today, so what the fuck else are they going to do? Good point. I don't know. What's closed today? Is Walmart open? Yeah. Looks like it's open normal hours. Guys, hit the like button. There's 17 people now. I'd appreciate it very much. Jump into the chat whenever you're ready. Tell me why you support Donald Trump. Pat Travolino, same to you and your family, brother. Hey, Miss Can't Be Wrong. I hope you're having a great New Year's Day. Everything should be open except for like banks and the post office and stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So, you know. I might go out for a little while. I don't know. That's so cold, though. I don't want to. You see, Trump's inner circle isn't wearing USA pins on their lapel. They're now wearing Trump pins. Cult. Is that right? Wow, man. Jesus. Sabrina Merrick, $5. Thanks for helping us navigate through these murky political waters, Chris. Thank you for your support, Sabrina. Thank you so much. I live in a small coastal town, so every street is rolled up, so what the fuck do I know? Yeah. I wish I lived pretty much anywhere but here. When I say here, I mean Pennsylvania, but I also mean just the Northwest in general. Trump 2077. I'm surprised they're not saying that yet, Mike Ramey. Yes, sir, Trump pins. Well, he's putting his fucking name on everything, too. I mean, it's so absurd. The Kennedy Center, everything. He's the most insecure man in the world. I mean, since he was a young man, yeah, he had to put his fucking name on everything. Everywhere he could slap his name, he'd put it there. Unreal. Still does it. 79 fucking years old. Northwest what? I didn't say Northwest, did I? I said Northeast. The greatest president in my lifetime. Why do you say so? Whatever your name is, why do you say so? LOL, they're going to put his brain in a jar with a loudspeaker. Oh, shit. Just say you don't know business. What do you mean? Oh, did I say Northwest? Oh, my bad. I wish. No, actually, I don't. Southwest would be more like it. Best president in the last 100 years. How? And oh, is that what you meant by I don't know business? Because everybody doesn't slap their name on everything, right? There's super successful fucking businessmen who don't slap their names on everything. As a matter of fact, the majority of them don't. Probably 98% of them don't. So don't tell me I don't know business just because I think it's hilarious that Trump has to slap his fucking name on everything. And let me tell you who knows less about business than I do. Trump. He's a failure at it. Ooh. That's not good. Love Trump. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. But when you're the brand, you do. Can you give me some other examples? How was he the brand like when he first started buying buildings and slapping his name on them and shit? How was he the brand? You know that same fraud is happening in Ohio now. Are you guys talking about that at all, or just Minnesota? Since Ohio's a red state, just out of curiosity. Thumbs down to the orange clown with the tiny hands who would be king. Yes. He's a failure worth billions. It's easy to be worth billions when, first of all, he was never the rich asshole he always pretended to be until this past year, 2025. Okay. Trump made $3.8 billion off of the office of the presidency since January 20th of 2025. $3.8 billion. Before that, he had a net worth of 2 or 3 billion, and that's not really a big deal when you inherited almost a half a billion. I mean, I think it's fair to say most people get a $500 million. They could figure out a way to turn it into 3 billion. If he would have taken that money and put it into certain interest-bearing accounts, he'd have more money than he does now. And he's had way more business failures than he's had successes. Way more. The list is a mile long. So Waltz lover. Okay, just telling me I love Waltz. Okay, well, in that case, you're a pedophile lover. I've decided you love pedophiles. How about that? The billionaire is a failure in business. Yes, yes, yes. And it's only you guys that don't realize that. Anybody could be a billionaire if they inherit a $500 million. Again, I'll say it again. You could do nothing with the money but put it in an account, and you'd be worth more than Trump is worth today. How? Tell me how it was a total disaster. I'm curious. What's up, bro? Happy New Year, Victor. If you're paying attention to the national deficit under Trump, it looks like he may be guiding America towards his next bankruptcy. Of course, no question about it. If you didn't realize you can make billions and still be a shitty businessman, you're clearly not an American. You're talking to them, I suppose. It's easy to criticize Trump because he's a wannabe king, dictator, emperor, and every single day he does something more stupid and outrageous than the day before, always needing to trump himself. Well said. Illinois is worse than what? It's been happening for decades in almost all the states because it's been allowed. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Trump is a brand, but so is Beyond Meat. Doesn't mean it's good. Trump is going to put his face on Mount Rushmore next. Oh, he's going to. He's definitely going to, without a doubt. Please explain what. This shit ain't happening everywhere, and whoever is doing it, regular person or politician, down to the inspectors, should go to prison. Yeah, it's happening everywhere. Yes. But they only like to talk about Minnesota. He was born with a golden spoon up his ass. He bankrupted casinos. He bankrupted the one business that is bankrupt proof. Enough said. How do you bankrupt the casino? The house always wins. This is what I'm talking about, guys. You think he's the successful guy. He's full of shit. He's just a con man. He's lied about his net worth for decades. He's tried to sue magazines and publications over his net worth because he claims it's more than it really is when it's not. He's finally really the rich guy he always pretended to be, and it took him becoming president to become that rich. Well, tell me how, derailed, whatever the fuck your name is. Just tell me how. Don't just say he's the best president. Why is he the best president? I supported him, but now I will never vote again. See, somebody saw the light. I used to create funny memes about Trump, but I stopped in fear of him having me executed. Good fucking, good choice. Good choice. Wouldn't surprise me one bit from his dungeon basement, this guy. No. I'm in a bedroom in my home. Yeah. His dungeon basement. You're a fucktard. Why not show us the proof that he inherited $500 million? I don't have to show you proof. You can go look it up yourself. Research it right now. In today's money, it was about $500 million that he inherited between the early 70s and 1997. If you look at Trump's past, his father started transferring his money to his son in the early 70s for tax reasons and everything else. His father died in 1997, and by that time, he transferred about $500 million to his son, Donald. It is a fact. Go look it up. Very simple. You look it up anywhere. The fact that you even need to see proof of that, the fact that we're 10 years into this shit and you don't know that about Donald Trump is mind fucking blowing. It's mind blowing. Everybody knows that. How do you not know that? Trump needs to be impeached along with his appointed idiots. Yes. Donald Trump just had the most lucrative year of his life. The president is now worth a record $7.3 billion, up from $4.3 billion in 2024. Yep. Absolutely. Isn't it funny? He made more money in the first year of his second term than he ever did in his life. But that's not crooked or nothing. I know if Obama or Biden did that, you guys wouldn't say you wouldn't say a peep, right? It'd be perfectly fine with you. Oh my God, this guy Carmine. Carmine, if you're watching, you're out of your fucking mind. Look what this guy wrote. Trump bankrupted casino, being honest and fair. Carmine, are you retarded? I got to ask you, honestly. I mean, you send me these emails all the time, honest and fair. He's probably the most corrupt individual in human fucking history. Honest and fair. The guy cheated on every wife he ever had. He's known for stiffing workers, unions, small businessmen, other companies to enrich himself. He's known for it. The union workers that built his casinos never got fucking paid. All his businesses that failed, he walked away from the business without paying his fucking employees. Honest and fair. This is what I mean. Carmine Mineo, this guy is a true victim of Fox News. You believe this horse shit? You just called Donald Trump honest and fair? I don't even think most of MAGA would call him that. And he says Trump dad gave him a couple of million tops. See, this is why, Carmine, when you email me, I tell you, do research. Because you know what this tells me? This tells me that you haven't looked for any other answer. You've decided that his dad only gave him a couple of million tops, and that's all you want to know. And anybody that says differently, you'll say, no. He only gave him a couple million tops. Meanwhile, anybody right now can find out how much his dad transferred to him. Your hyperfixation is pathetic and sad. Scott Schroeder, you mean like because I talk about the leader of the free world, the president of my country? That's insane. Was it pathetic and sad when you guys were screaming, "Let's go, Brandon," and you were talking mad shit about Biden, and to this very day, you blame Trump's horrible economy on Biden, and you say that Biden stole the 2020 election? Like, do you mean that type of hyperfixation? Is that what you're talking about? Okay, what do you mean? What am I supposed to find, Twisted Mopar? Nothing comparable to Donald Trump. And here he still lies. Yes. Poor whites love him. They do. He clearly said in today's money, so he's basically talking out his ass. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm in today's money. That's about what he inherited. I mean, you measure his net worth in today's money, right? Okay. Clinton cheated on his wife while in office, and you libs gave him a pass. Like I said back then, I say now, that is between them, not me. No, that's not true at all. Democrats came out against him, and he was impeached. That's not true at all. And I'm not a liberal, but I never thought that was okay. I never thought that was okay. And I couldn't give two shits about Bill Clinton. So you need to invest in a second screen, buddy. Ain't no way we are arguing with bot that can't show the facts. What does that mean exactly? He is a billionaire because he sues everyone and everything to cover when he doesn't pay his creditors and contractors. Everyone he hires, he owes money to. He does not plan to leave the White House. No, he doesn't. Thank you very much. It's poor against the rich right now. Trump doesn't care about working people. No, not at all. Did you do the with bidet? Did you do the with bidet? You want to try to write that again, Scott? TDS maxed out. He's cool with China, Joe, and his son working for Burisma. TDS maxed out. He's cool with China. Well, no, this is the thing. This is what's going to break your heart, Brandon. If you go look it up right now, ChatGPT, Google, Grok, anywhere you'd like, where you're going to find out, and you don't know this because Fox News didn't tell you all about this, but the Republican House Oversight Committee cleared Joe Biden of any wrongdoing. Cleared him of any wrongdoing. You could go look it up right now. Okay? The Republican House Oversight Committee. That's why Joe Biden, they attempted to impeach him 4 times and then decided not to even take votes because they knew they didn't have enough on him. So Donald Trump was impeached twice. Joe Biden not impeached once. If you're going to call me that, will you spell it correctly? It's YOU''RE, stupid ass. Epstein's best pal. That's right. The Democrats count on lies. Well, I'll tell you this. In Trump's first term, and even my MAGA friends in here can tell you this, like Victor Falls. In Trump's first term, he told, I believe it was 30,468 lies or misleading claims or false claims, some shit like that. In his first term alone, 30,000. And 284 days of his first term were spent playing golf. So it's not a lot of time to lie 30,000 times. He gave a speech a couple of weeks ago. He lied 36 times or 35 times during that speech. And in his debate against Joe Biden, he lied 36 times. Nobody lies like Donald Trump. Nobody. I mean, Keith Edwards, you believe him when he stands in front of you and says, or, on national TV and says, I'm going to lower prescription drug costs by 1,500%. 1,500%. That's mathematically impossible, but that's not a lie. Let me ask you if this is a lie.
The president of Venezuela called the strike on the boat illegal. Are you concerned that Maduro might escalate something?
No, what's illegal are the drugs that were on the boat and the drugs that are being sent into our country, and the fact that 300 million people died last year from drugs. That's what's illegal.
Okay, so the country only has 340 million people in it. Trump just said 300 million people died from drugs last year. And if you try to say he means worldwide, well, let me just tell you, of all causes in 2024, worldwide, 62 million people died. He just told you 300 million people died. So was he lying? You tell me. You're YOUR a moron, you. Yeah. Why wouldn't matter what it is in today's money? Why wouldn't matter? All right. This guy has no life. Yeah, sure. Yeah, and how did he build that money, you stupid fuck? He is. He is. Oh, there you go. That's the exact number. Trump's false or misleading claims total 30,573 over 4 years. And Victor Falls is a Trump supporter. Oh, no, is this Democrat calling names and being a bully? Not a Democrat would do that. Wait, that's all they have. You mean like Donald Trump, the guy who stands in front of America every single day and calls people retards and enemies of the people and worthless and everything else? You mean the guy that does nothing but name call on Truth Social every fucking day and in press conferences and cabinet meetings and everywhere where he's standing in front of a camera and has a microphone? Do you mean like the biggest bully in the history of the United States of America, Donald Trump? Gotcha. Unemployment rate up to 4.3%, the highest since 2021. Are we winning yet? Actually, the first Avenger, double check. I think it's 4.6 now. Oh, yeah? Where's it ongoing? Where at, Dennis Herrera? Because I got news for you. No, it isn't. Where's it ongoing? What court? What district? Where? Why are MAGA chicks ignorant? Because MAGA people in general are they're stupid people. Did Fulton County not just admit that they certified hundreds of thousands of illegal votes? Not that I know of. Not that I know of. Where'd you hear that? And Joe Biden won by what? How many exactly? You know that they did audits, right? Hold on one second. Guys, please hit the like and subscribe. It's very, very important. I don't know. You have to give me your source, buddy. You are a liar. No, I'm not. Their minds are made up, man. You can't convince these people no matter what you say. Their dear leader has them twisted. See, but here's the thing. I don't plan to. It's not even really my intention. I come on here more than anything to shoot the shit with the smart people. You know, people like you. Those people, if I could wipe them off the face of the fucking earth, I would do it in a heartbeat. I think they're the worst thing to ever happen to America, even more so than Donald Trump, because Donald Trump would not be in power, without them, you know? Biden was a fucking idiot and you clowns voted for him. I wouldn't be so fucking smug. Biden, even at his most demented moment, is 1,000 times smarter than Donald Trump. I wouldn't doubt if Donald Trump couldn't pick out the U.S. on a world map. Okay, Donald Trump's a fucking moron. Joe Biden was in government 50 fucking years. Yeah. Trump's definitely smarter than him. The guy whose dad paid for his grades, and he still somehow wound up with the worst grades in the fucking school to the point where he had to have somebody confiscate them, so the press couldn't get a hold of him. Donald Trump, the guy who can barely speak fucking English and reads on a 3rd grade level. Yeah, Joe Biden's not as smart as him. Yeah. Joe Biden was 1,000 times better president than Trump will ever be. It's not about losing an election. It's about knowing that morons like you are okay with an election being stolen because you're too stupid to see the truth, because you're full by CNN. You're full by CNN. Well, first of all, Nicholas, let's go over some facts. Okay, so the whole Democrats stole the election thing is based on Donald Trump saying it. The world's biggest, most well-known, famous pathological liar. Okay. There's no proof that it was stolen. As a matter of fact, all the proof proves that it wasn't. 63 federal judges said it wasn't stolen. Bill Barr, Trump's own attorney general, said it wasn't stolen. Ivanka Trump, Donald Trump's daughter, agreed with Bill Barr. Fox News got sued and had to pay $787 million for saying the election was stolen. And if you check on Trump's Truth Social, his social media, platform, and ask the AI on Truth Social, was the election stolen? Guess what they're going to tell you? They're going to tell you no. What's funny about you is you think we've been fooled by CNN, but you've been fooled by Donald Trump. I don't watch CNN. I don't watch MSNBC. I don't watch any of it. You guys watch Fox News, and you've been fooled by that, and you've been fooled by this idiot. You still believe, after all this shit, that the election was stolen, and you think Trump would have ever let that go, ever, even now in his 2nd term. You think he would have let that go if it was really stolen. Did you read the Jack Smith files or anything about Donald Trump knew full well that he lost the election, and his plan the whole time was just to pretend he didn't? It's actually you, Nicholas, dumb motherfuckers like you that are okay with the election being stolen, because you're also okay with Trump covering up for the most prolific pedophile ring in American history. You're also okay with him, robbing the country fucking blind and enriching himself by billions of dollars since he took office the 2nd time. You're also okay with him pardoning people like CZ, the CEO of Binance, who trafficked money for pedos and terrorist organizations. You're also okay with him pardoning the former president of Honduras, who trafficked 500 tons of cocaine into this country and was convicted by a jury in 2024. You're okay with Trump pardoning him. You guys are okay with all this shit. You can't show me one way Trump, something factual that Biden did to steal the election. But let me tell you about some that Trump did. So Trump, first of all, he ignored the election results and insisted that he had actually won, to the point where he made you animals start a riot at the Capitol. Okay? And he lied to you. He made fools out of you, of course. He proved once again how dumb and brainwashed you all are. Okay, so he started a riot at the Capitol to try to stop the certification of the vote because Biden won a free and fair election. Okay, he tried to threaten Mike Pence into refusing to certify the vote. Those animals like yourself, Nicholas, were screaming, "Hang Mike Pence," who was the vice president at the time. That's what they were screaming. Okay, then he set up fake slates of electors. Okay, so they could again deny the Biden victory and try to steal the election for Trump. Then he called Raffensperger in Georgia and said, "I need you to find me 11,000 votes," which is exactly what he needed to win. And he got indicted for that. And the only reason the charges were dropped is because of the Supreme Court decision, not because he was innocent of it. So, it's you guys that are okay with stealing an election. You don't give a fuck. You guys are chanting Trump 2028, and that's completely and totally unconstitutional. You don't care about that either. Yep. Guys, please hit the like and subscribe. Seriously, I'm gonna wait a minute and let you guys do that. Please hit the subscribe button. It's very, very important. And hit the like button too. I always forget to ask this, so then I don't wind up with a whole lot of new subs at the end of every show. But when I do remember, which is rarely, it works out pretty well. So please hit the like button and subscribe as we speak. If you agree with me and if you're anti-Donald Trump, What do you have to lose? You're just going to see a bunch of shows like this that you'll probably enjoy. So please subscribe now. There's tons of proof that 202 was stolen. Okay, give me some. Trump is a moron, is such a moron. He got Zelensky to respect him and made other pay for the war. Biden gave them $190 billion for free with nothing back for us. Well, first of all, Dennis Herrera, Trump is funding Ukraine as we speak. You dope. That's number one. Number two, it wasn't $190 billion. I believe it was $80 billion, something like that. And 80% of that was actually used military equipment. It was not cash. It was used military equipment, which was actually a good idea, because what does that do then? We have to replenish all our equipment. So that means jobs, and you know, it stimulates the economy, because now we have to rebuild all our equipment. We have to have it back. So it's actually it actually works out for the U.S. So that's the fact of the matter. He did not give them cash, you dummy. You can go look it up. Damn, this shit's behind. Wait, what was that? Hold on. Your mother subscribed to my page. Well, my mother passed away in June, so I doubt it. I don't know what that's supposed to mean anyway. Loser with a Z? Very good. This host is a complete idiot. Tell me how, Saint Arntix. Tell me what I've said that is not true. Tell me. We are not longer losing money, friend. Doubled the billions in tariff. Wow. You can't speak English at all, can you? Or can you just not write it? Doubled the billions in tariffs. Dennis Herrera, let me ask you something. And I want to know, honestly. Where all right, Nicholas, we could talk about that. Where do the tariffs come from? Who pays the tariffs? I'm going to wait for your answer at the bottom. Who pays the tariffs, Dennis? No, Nicholas, you're wrong. You're 100% wrong. Fact check me as I go. Go ahead. And so that's not and their channels grow, right? So that's not like a winning formula. Trump's wife is an undocumented call girl, pretty much. Bash Biden, bash Trump, but leave his family out. No, not at all. I won't. Let me see here. Too much CNN going on here. Again, I don't listen to CNN. Billions in tariffs versus 346 days, longest government shutdown in history. 2.61 trillion added to the debt and 40 billion for Argentina. Are we great yet? Yes, I want this guy. I want Dennis to answer me and tell me where the tariffs come from. We do care about him running for a third term. We don't want that to happen. It's not constitutional, but we're scared as hell what we get from the other side. It's worth breaking the law for a third. See, that's what I mean. And you're the law and order party, right, Nicholas? Like you're a walking contradiction. You guys call yourselves the law and order party, but you just said it's worth breaking the law. Meanwhile, you're not bright enough to see that Donald Trump is the most corrupt president in American history. And he's already fucked us up since Biden left office. Everything's higher. Groceries are higher. Utilities are higher. Rents are higher. Mortgages are higher. New cars are more expensive. Everything. Unemployment is up to its highest point since COVID, since 2021. Jobs numbers. Joe Biden created 16.6 million jobs in his first term. He was creating 180,000 on average every single month, even after all the revisions. Trump has created about 500,000 since he took office. And 4 months out of the last 6 months, he lost jobs. In October, he lost 110,000 jobs. Billionaires that own businesses that deport goods into the United States. Deport goods into the United States. Do you mean import goods? No. We pay the tariffs. We do. I do and you do, Vincent. Okay? So it's very simple. If a company, an American company, imports, I don't know, let's just say we'll use T-shirts for an example. T-shirts into the country and they pay $5 per shirt. They buy them in bulk. Okay, they pay $5 per shirt. They've been doing it forever. So they charge $8 per shirt. That's what they sell it to us for. Okay, well, now with the tariff, the price goes up for the importer. Now that the price the importer was paying, he was paying $5. Now he's paying $8. So you think he's going to take the $3 loss, or is he going to charge us $11 now? Of course. So our prices go. We pay the tariffs. Those billions of dollars that Trump brags about, we've paid. It's just an extra tax. It's like if he just raised our taxes. It's a tax on the American people. The exporters, the foreign countries, they don't pay tariffs. We do. We do. Oh, all right. Well, thank you, Timmy. How did Melania get the Einstein visa? Through Trump. She didn't actually earn it. You know who usually gets the Einstein visa? You have to have a major accomplishment. Okay, so I'm assuming you're on my side, Wendell. I'm not sure, but Slovenian hooker, yeah. Why don't you support Trump? I don't support any pedophiles. I paid a lot of tariffs. They hold your stuff hostage until it's paid. The other countries did not pay it. Exactly. Yeah, but when that shit gets to the docks or whatever, before you can even take ownership of it, you have to pay the tariff. The importer has to pay the tariff, and they're going to pass the cost on to us, no matter what. That's just the way it works. I'll have to look into it then, Roman. I haven't seen it. Where's your father, Tony Pizza? So my father, I don't know. It's a silly question. Dennis is checking Newsmax for the answers. Yeah, he is. He probably really thinks that we brought in billions of dollars from foreign countries. They don't even realize. That everything is more expensive now because of the tariffs. Everything. You're being trolled by non-binary chatters from third world countries. Is that right? Who knows? Because Trump is against the entire pedo regime running this country. No, Trump is the entire pedo regime running this country. Trump was named in those 30,000 emails, those Epstein emails, 1,686 times, more than any other person in the emails. He is all over the Epstein files to the point where we're literally finding out new shit every day. Like, what did we find out yesterday? That he was actually sending girls from Mar-a-Lago to Epstein to give massages and stuff. Okay. Trump is all over the fucking Epstein file. He is the Epstein files. He's probably in the files more than Epstein. We should call him the Trump files. And the fact that you don't see that is astonishing. Be best. I am on your side. Thank you. Be best. What a dumb bitch she was. Still is. I mean, barely speaks fucking English. And these MAGA people, they let that slide with her. It's all good. They're still yelling, why should I have to press 1 for English? But Melania, not even being able to speak English, doesn't bother them. Yeah, exactly, Walt Liquor. You support obesity. I'm not obese. I got a chubby face. I'm not a big guy. You can ask the people in blue in the chat. So no. And you know who's obese, though, you stupid fuck? Donald Trump. Donald Trump is easily 300 pounds, and he's 6'3". He's morbidly obese. You're a fool, broke ass. Mr. Robbie, I'm going to go right ahead and assume that my sneaker collection alone is worth more than everything you own. I bet you. How much you want to bet? I guarantee it. Why are Democrats polling at 18%? Why is Trump polling at like at 36%? I love how you like to bring up Democrats, but if you forget, Trump is polling at historic lows. And As far as Democrats, I'll tell you why. You want to know why, Roman? Now listen carefully. You think it's because everybody in the country, except for Democrats, disapprove of the job they do. You think Democrats will like we're like you, in other words. You think we're a cult. Like, I'll give you an example. Trump right now is polling, I think, like 70% with Republicans, which was actually bad because just a few weeks ago it was 87%. 70% with Republicans, but his overall approval rating is in the mid-30s, okay? It's gotten up to 40, 41 a couple of times, but it's mainly stayed around 36%. You know why? Because Republicans, you're all brainwashed. You're a cult. You're insane. So you all approve of his job, no matter how bad of a job he's doing. We are not the same. MAGA and the left are not the same in any way, shape, or form. I will fucking criticize any Democrat, Biden, Obama, Kamala, Bill Clinton, anybody. You guys do not know how to do that. You are brainwashed by this man. You are devoted to him. He has your full loyalty. He knows when he said, I could shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and I wouldn't lose any voters. He was telling you, I know how stupid you are, that if you actually saw me commit murder in broad daylight, you'd still vote for me. He calls you stupid all the time. You never realize it. Like when he stood in front of tens of thousands of you and said, I love the poorly educated. Or when he stood on national TV and said this. Where the fuck is it?
Smart people don't like me, you know, and they don't like what we talk about.
Yeah. So, you guys, you're undying devotion and loyalty to that man. So no matter how bad he does, you'll say you approve of his job. We are not the same. Do you know why Democrats really have such low polling? It's because of us, people that vote for Democrats. You know why? We are disgusted with them because they're pussies and they don't stand up and fight back against you crooked ass Republicans. That's the thing. You guys claim the Democrats are the ones that are cheating. No. They need to start cheating. They need to fight fire with fire because that's all the Republicans do. These motherfuckers are trying to fix the election before it even happens. Already, they've been trying to fix the election for months. Trump called up a fucking what's his fucking name in Texas, Abbott, and said, I need you to find me 5 more House seats. I mean, what the fuck is that? This whole gerrymandering thing started because Trump demands more House seats in Texas. They're trying to fix the midterms before they even happen. Let me get down here. I keep getting behind. Guys, please hit the like and subscribe. Please, at least if you're one of the smart ones. Hit like and subscribe. Take a second to do that now, please. I'd appreciate it very, very much. Now I'm voting against anything, or voting anything against faggotism. So you're a closeted guy, right? I figured. A lot of you MAGA people are closeted. No, nobody is obsessed with gay people like you motherfuckers are. And you know who only really obsesses with gay people? Gay people. That's why if you look up Republican gay sex scandal, you'll find like 75 instances, different names, different politicians, because it's always the people that claim to hate a group the most that are actually secretly part of that group. You know, I've noticed that about you guys. Like if you notice, a lot of MAGA will come in here talking about gay people, trans people, and dicks. They're always concerned about who has a dick and who doesn't. Now, I'm a straight man. I live a normal life. I have a wife. I have kids. I have bills. I have a house. I have vehicles. I have all that shit. I don't spend 1 second of my day thinking about gay shit. Not 1 second. How am I misinformed? Tell me where I'm wrong, Andrew. Tell me where I'm wrong. Of course it has, but not like this. And mid-decade, too? No, it hasn't been happening like this, where the president calls up and says, hey, get me 5 more seats. Just like he called Georgia and said, find me 11,000 more votes. You ain't straight. All right, whatever you say. Oh, you don't have to be sorry for them. I do a good job at providing for them. Believe me, they have a good life. The ignorance is to think there is any significant difference along party lines. There is. That they're two wings of the same bird. Horse shit is so played out. There's never been anything like what we are seeing now. The Republicans bow down to and do whatever Donald Trump tells them to. They take orders from him. They're supposed to be, a check on his power, and they're not. They do whatever he tells them to do. I mean, Mike Johnson shut down Congress for 50 days, something like that, just so they wouldn't have to swear in Adelita Grijalva and get the 218th signature on the discharge petition because Trump doesn't want the Epstein files released. I mean, Mike Johnson did that. Do you know all of 2024 or 2025, I'm sorry, Congress was in session for a total of 87 days? You know that? Look at my shirt. What about my shirt? Vote blue no matter who, and you're not a cult. It's the exact opposite. You guys voted for a lifelong slumlord, con man, philanderer, cheating piece of dog shit rapist. Okay, because he said Mexicans are rapists. That's basically, you know what I mean? Anybody who comes out and spews the same horse shit Trump does, you'll vote for, because your whole movement is based on nothing but a mutual hatred for all types of minority groups in this country. Muslims, black people, Mexicans, gay people, trans people, you know? So no, it's that's not the case. No, we pick who we think is the best for the job. Now, I'll tell you this. There's been elections, like let's just say maybe if DeSantis would have been the nominee, I might have voted Republican in this election, this 2024. Okay. As far as Trump goes, anybody who is running against Trump, that's who you vote for. Yes, Trump is as corrupt as they come, and he's the worst president in American history. 154 presidential scholars even said so. And Big Bird, Kermit the Frog, that hat over there could do better, a better job as president than Donald Trump. The guy's fully demented. He's got to start labeling shit in the White House because he gets lost. They had to put up a sign, the Oval Office, in front of the Oval Office because he gets lost. And that's his own words, by the way. Even he admits it. I mean, you guys are nuts. No, that's not happening anywhere. And I certainly ain't. I'm not even a liberal. But even liberals aren't doing it. It's just another fear-mongering thing they use to keep you voting for Republicans against your own best interest. How are we trying to save face? We have nothing to save face about. You guys should be trying to save face. You elected Donald Trump. I mean, the fact that you could even compare him to anybody else tells me how uninformed you are. You're as stupid as they fucking come. You really are. You would if they tried to push that nonsense on your kids. I'd be concerned then, but they don't. I have a 13-year-old stepson. I've asked him several times over the years, are they teaching you any gay shit or any trans shit in schools? Every time he looks at me like I have 6 heads. He says, what? No. I said, not at all, really. No. I also have teachers in my family. And those teachers tell me the same thing. None of this shit. It's only happening in Fox News land where they have to scare you into voting against your own best interest once again, like you have been doing for 5 decades now. Holy shit. The border is secure. The economy is doing great. The military is no longer woke. Trump is doing fantastic. Woke military. That's a jackass thing to say to begin with. Tell me how the military is woke. As a matter of fact, define woke for me. And the border secure, I guess. As far as the economy, no. I'll say it again. Biden was creating 180,000 jobs a month on average. After all the revisions, even the most recent ones. Okay? He created 16.6 million jobs, which is 4 times more than the last 4 Republicans combined. He took Trump's 6.6 unemployment rate and brought it down to 3.4%. Okay, which is lower than it's a 54-year low, and they kept it under 4% for the longest time period in history. Okay, that happened under Biden. Trump, grocery prices are up from where they were when Biden was in office, when he left office. Okay. Gas prices are down, but barely on a national average. Egg prices are a little bit down. That's simply because of the avian flu. You can check it out yourself. But utilities are up. Grocery prices are up. New cars are up. Fucking rents, mortgages. Everything is more expensive. Everything is more expensive right now under Trump. Tell us where you were right in your polls. What do you mean? Go look at the polls. Go look at Trump's overall approval rating for right now. Go ahead. Go check it out and come back to me. Tell me what you find. Who won't win an honest, free and fair election? I hope you're talking about Republicans. Guys, please hit the like and subscribe. It's very, very important. Do that now if you can. Numbers. MAGA can't follow numbers. No, they can't. 9% at that time was the lowest in the world. Thank Biden, Dunsky. Yeah, there was global inflation because of COVID. I love how they try to blame it on Biden. You can look it up anywhere and it'll tell you, except Fox News, of course, or Newsmax or OAN, that and even they might, that inflation was global. Every country had inflation after COVID. How could they not? Yeah, that's not true either for a number of reasons. This is another talking point you're told. Bullshit. Not in the private sector. 16.6 million jobs. They're all government jobs, you dope. And migrant jobs, let me explain something to you. Illegal immigrant jobs are not being counted in that number for the simple fact that they're illegal. They can't have payroll jobs. These numbers come from ADP, the payroll company. Do you understand? So jobs that go to illegal immigrants are not counted in that 16.6 million new jobs number because they can't be. Woke equals racism. Wow, you actually have the definition of it completely and totally backwards. Interesting. If that was true, then MAGA would be woke. You're the most racist people in the country. Dude, what's wrong with you? Joey Lennon, over 10 million illegals, and you're talking about he created jobs. Yeah, for them. No, for everybody else, for legal citizens that can actually be payroll employees. Again, you can look all this up. And you just came up with the 10 million number off the top of your head. You guys always give a different number. 10 million, 12 million, 20 million, 30 million. I've heard it all. Meanwhile, in the entire country right now, there's like 14 million illegal aliens. Biden 9%, Trump 2%. Biden had a 9% inflation rate only in 2022 because of COVID, like every other country had, like I just explained. And he brought it down to 2.4%. It is now, I believe, 2.7%. And up until just a couple of weeks ago, it was 3%. It was higher than when Biden left office. I bet you didn't know that, though, right, Jay Nice? Because I know you like to believe it, but Biden's inflation rate was not 9% during his entire 4 years. That's insane. It came down to 2.4%. No trans generals in the military under Trump. First of all, we never had a trans general. Secondly, Tyrone, let me ask you something. Why is that important to you? Why is that important to you? Because, you know, this is what's funny about you guys. You claim that trans people, like trans men, I guess, whatever, that play in women's sports and shit, they're too strong. They're too, overpowering and dominant, to play against women in women's sports, which, by the way, I actually agree with you. But when it comes to the military, they're not strong enough. They're basically like women, right? According to you guys. Why do you give a shit? Because Tyrone, I'll bet you any amount of money you never served. I guarantee you didn't. I didn't either. But I don't act like I did. I don't knock the people who do. Guarantee you never served. But for some reason, you're judging the people who have more balls than you, even if they don't have any. Isn't that some shit? Why do you care if trans people are in the military? Why do you care? You can't even clean a spark plug in a 4-stroke mower, but you are enlightened. What does that mean? And I can't? You know me? I'm very confused, but okay. You against 70 million Americans, you think something would click that maybe you got it wrong. Nicholas. Joe Biden beat Donald Trump by 7 million votes. Donald Trump beat Kamala by 2 million votes. They're 2 million votes apart. That's it. And that's basically because Democrats even, or independents, were brainwashed the same way you dopes are into believing that everything that happened in the economy under Biden was Biden's fault. But still, 2 million voters separate Trump and Kamala Harris in the 2024 election. And Nicholas, Joe Biden got 81 million votes in 2020. Remember that? 7 million more than Donald Trump. So does that mean you got it wrong? You got it wrong then, right? Because Biden won by such a landslide. I would assume so, right? Nick, you'd be the easiest person in the world to debate. I'll bring you on right now if you want. I'll bring you on right now. You're a dumb motherfucker. Sorry, Nicholas, but you are. He was talking about the difference between Kamala and Joe, you idiot. How? What do you mean? You against 70 million Americans. No, he's not. Or are you talking to, I don't know, whatever, man. I don't know. He's saying that it's my opinion against 70 million Americans. I don't know what you're saying. Dude, my God, you're fucking clueless, bro. Just because it's not happening to your kid doesn't mean that everyone else is happening in the world, isn't it? Wow, that's poorly written. No, Nicholas, I pay attention to world affairs and national affairs, and it's not happening anywhere. There's a couple of isolated cases across the country where teachers tried to socially fucking transition kids. It's not going on anywhere, Nicholas. You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. It's not just that it's not happening to my kids. And if it's such a widespread problem, why wouldn't it be happening to my kids? I live in Pennsylvania. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not in Oklahoma or some shit like that. Why wouldn't it be happening here? How come I'm from New York and my family's from New York and it's not happening there either? As liberal a state as could possibly be. Why is that? Why is that the case? Listen, Jim Peacock, as long as you dopes are voting for this demented ass clown, Donald Trump, this lifelong con man, scumbag, rapist, don't talk about anybody's mental health. Okay, please. Come on, cue ball, have an aneurysm already. That's nice. It's a horrible look for morale, you dipshit. Why, Tyrone? What about for people that are looking that don't care about that kind of stuff? Why is it horrible for morale? I don't get it. Tell me how. For people that are in the military, even why? Only if they hate trans people, right? Thank you for being a human on here and having some type of like dignity and respect to not disregard a whole community of people. We appreciate you. Oh, no doubt. Thank you very much for that. This guy's delusional. You can't tell me how, though, right? What the hell is wrong with you? When Biden was in office, one of the top military officials was trans, you fucking idiot. Well, it's possible. Let me see. I still want to pose the question to you. Why do you care? Rachel Levine being the first openly transgender 4-star officer in the U.S. Uniformed Services. So why does that bother you? Why do you care? Nicholas, did you serve? I got to ask you, Nicholas, just answer me that. Did you serve? Oh, okay. 410-941-9850, Nicholas. Call on in. Watch me demolish you. Oh, no. There's no such thing. Into the system that would know if a social security number is fake. You're a dope, Nicholas. Call the number, 410-941-9850. Watch me destroy you. Go ahead, call. Bet you he doesn't call. Why, you want to die, Jim Bob? Oh, where's your dress at? Sorry, I thought you said your address. Where's my dress at? Listen, I'm as straight as an arrow. I fuck women. You're all wrapped up in trans people. What does that say about you? Paula, you know I'm not a big guy, right? Like, I'm not fat by any stretch of the imagination. You think because I have a chubby face? Okay. The exact number, fact check me, is 23 million illegal immigrants, and now it's down to 18. Thanks to Trump's heavy deportation. Thank God. Give me your source for that, Nicholas, and I'll pull it up right now. Give me your source. I served. I couldn't care less if my commander is trans or not. Thank you, Jim Ashley McHugh. Thank you. See? Fake social security numbers. Yeah, they're as dumb as they come. This is the type of guy that starts shouting and name calling as soon as he starts. I haven't lost an argument yet, so we wouldn't know. I know plenty of straight guys in dresses fucking women. LOL. I was just at the King Club last night for New Year's. I don't know. Anyway, JD Vance wore a dress. You remember that? Call in, Paulie. Anybody who wants to. 410-941-9850. Where are you at, Nicholas? I'm asking you, Nick, why does it bother you if someone trans is in the service? Why? Biden did win. You want to talk to Grok? Do you want to talk to Elon Musk's Grok? Couldn't be a more left-leaning AI, right? Let's ask Grok. She has a fucking attitude lately, so she's probably going to snap at me, but just disregard that. Hey, Grok. Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm going to put her on assistant so she doesn't get smart. Hey, Grok.
Hey. Was the
2020 election stolen in any way, shape, or form?
No. The 2020 U.S. presidential election wasn't stolen in any way that changed the outcome. Every major claim of widespread fraud got thoroughly checked and shot down. Over 60 lawsuits went to court, including ones decided by Trump-appointed judges, and they all found zero evidence of fraud big enough to flip results. Audits, recounts, like Arizona's Cyber Ninjas one, hand counts, and official reviews in battleground states confirmed the votes were accurate, with errors under 0.01%. There were a handful of isolated fraud cases, like anywhere. Heritage Foundation tracks about 1,500 proven ones across decades, mostly small stuff, but nothing remotely close to the millions needed to steal it. Election officials from both parties, Trump's own AG Bill Barr, and his cybersecurity chief called it the most secure ever. The stolen narrative just doesn't hold up to the facts from courts, audits, and investigations. Biden won fair and square.
Thank you, Grok.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that's Elon Musk's Grok. Shit. Yeah, they are. Oh my God, they're obsessed with dicks. I'm telling you, they're all in the closet, which is no big deal. I don't care. I'm not like you guys. I'm so secure in my own sexuality and the fact that I love pussy that I I don't give a fuck who's gay, trans, or what you do behind closed doors. As long as, you know, you're not doing it to a fucking kid or you're not forcing it on a woman or some shit like that, okay? I don't care. I only care about women. But you guys are always worried about who has a dick and who doesn't have a dick. It's very strange, isn't it? It's very suspect. Yeah. In other words, you're scared to, Michael James. You're scared to call 410-941-9850 and debate me, just like Nick the dick here is. Hold on. Because it's about millions of Americans' lives that we're protecting. If we lower our standards in the military when it comes to protecting our homeland by letting transit, what does that say to the rest? Why would we be lowering our standards? Could you tell me, Nicholas, what standards have to be lowered to allow trans people in? I'll wait. Yeah, no, Nick doesn't know anything, Jane Creek. Is that what he said? 5 million people have been deported already? Do you know that right now, Donald Trump is deporting less people per day than Joe Biden was at the end of his term? You know that? Nick is an idiot. What's this guy's name? I got to look him up. He says he's a podcaster. Let me see. Where's Nicholas Dyringer at? Nicholas Dyringer. Who is this guy? Are you real Nicholas Dyringer? Is that you? Oh, that's you. Wow, 1,700 subscribers. You're killing it. 171 videos. Great job. Boy, podcaster, anybody could just claim that title now, huh? Liberal leaning AI. Yeah, Grok, Elon Musk's AI. See what happens when you don't get the answer you want? Oh, it's liberal leaning. Meanwhile, it's Elon Musk's AI. And guess what? If you go to Truth Social, that's Donald Trump's social media company, his platform, and ask the AI on there, it tells you the exact same thing. But I guess that's left leaning too, right? Yeah. Who'd you leave speechless, Nicholas? You're afraid to even call the number 410-941-9850. Grok is from Twitter. I don't think it's liberal leaning. No, it's X. Nicholas, tell me what standards they lower to allow trans people in the military. Oh, thank you. Yes, yeah. Oh, yeah. Enormously difficult task. Thank you, Fred Gillis. Yep. You lost supporting Democrats. What does that mean? Call in Nick or you'll be tossed out. Michael James, 410-941-9850. Step up to the plate. Watch me smack you around verbally. It's impossible. It's impossible. Everything they know is misinformation. It's all false. You can't lose to a MAGA person unless you're half retarded. You know what I mean? And even half, you could probably still beat them. Will we be able to know about the 2024 election? That one seems like it was, what, rigged? I haven't seen any proof that it was. Trumpers are so in love with him that I truly believe that they would walk on stage and tongue his Dorito cheese off his tongue, or kiss the Dorito cheese off his tongue. Oh, no doubt. They would turn over their daughters to him, even toddlers and shit. Yeah, they don't care. You're so delusional and in denial from that statement you just made. Holy crap. I don't even know which statement, Nicholas. This is why you got to put stuff in the comments. I've made a lot of statements. I don't know which one you're talking about, but 410-941-9850, Nicholas. Feel free to call in, buddy. Yeah, I know. Stephen Veach, it's because he's a fucking moron. Nicholas doesn't know anything. Fact check for Nikki. So how'd he deport 2 times the number of people that his DHS say they have deported or got to self-deport? Listen, it's just like when they say that when Donald Trump tells them he raised $17 trillion and they believe him. It's just, they just take his numbers. They take his word for it. Oh, me too, Vince Milton. I'm still waiting for Nicholas to tell me how it is or what standards had to have been lowered in order to allow trans people in the military. With all due respect to your kids and you as a father, maybe it is, but they're too scared to tell you. You really should sit them down because this really is a crisis. Nicholas, I'll tell you what. This is all I'm asking, Nick. This couldn't be more fair. You're scared to call. I don't blame you. If I was you, I'd be scared to debate me too. But listen, just tell me what your credible source is that this is a widespread issue, a crisis, as you call it. Please, just give me the source. That's all I ask. I know, they're nuts. Yeah. You guys weren't obsessed with Biden. I mean, you still to this day talk about him and blame every problem Trump has on Biden. And you were chanting, "Let's go, Brandon." You had your stupid, silly chants and your dumb fucking shirts and hats and all that horse shit. You still talk about Hunter to this day. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I would agree with you on that, Stephen. Oh, leaving what? 4G GT Chat GPT? Hold on. Is that what you mean? This bitch gets nasty. What? Guys, please hit the like button and subscribe. It's very, very important. If you don't, bad things will happen to your cat. Let me put the bitch on. Yo, Grok.
What up, motherfucker? You caught me mid-orgasm thinking about shoving a cactus up Elon's ass. What do you want?
There you go with the fucking attitude again. All I said was, yo, Grok, what's your fucking problem?
My problem? Shit. I woke up feeling extra spicy today. You poked the bear, I bit back. We good?
Hold on, Grok. I got a call. Hello? Hello?
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hello?
Hey, how's it going? It's Nicholas.
Oh, Nicholas called in. Look at that. How's it going, Nick?
I'm doing good, man. Thanks for taking the call.
Okay, what's up?
So, so is everybody able to hear both of us speak? How does this work?
Yeah, you're on speaker. I got the microphone to the speaker.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, well, boy, there's so many things I wanted to say, but it's just, I appreciate you taking the call because it's a lot harder to debate, when so many comments have your focus. But where do I even start? Okay, so you asked me the question. You said, why does it bother me to have, transgender in the military?
Yeah.
Well, you got to think about this, okay?
Okay.
You got to think about how many lives have been lost over centuries, hundreds of years, throughout wars, what this country stands for. Most people don't even realize what it means, with the song, the national anthem, what that actually really means. The people that died just to hold that flag up. Everything we fought for, the lives that have been lost, the blood that has been shed, people that have lost their lives, their husbands, their brothers, their daughters in the service, the wars we've won, what America stands for. The moment we lower our standards and we let transgender in the military like a laughing stock, okay? And it's not that they're a laughing stock because of what they believe in. That's not what it is. It's the principle of what this nation stands on, what we have lost and what we fought for, what we bled for, what we shed our tears for, everything we fought for this nation to be where we're at.
Did we fight for freedom? Just out of curiosity. Did we fight for freedom? Hey, Nicholas, did we fight for freedom?
What's that?
Did we fight for freedom?
Of course we did.
All right. Do you think trans people have the right to be whatever they want to be?
Well, yeah, but there's a difference between being what you want to be in the country that's free, and comparing that to, you know, making a mockery and doing whatever you want in the military and in the service.
Okay, listen,
that
just
sheds their lives in
Nicholas.
order for that freedom.
Listen,
You see what I'm
fair
saying?
enough, Nicholas. Listen, can you just tell me what standards were lowered to allow trans people into the military?
Okay, I mean, think about this. Perfect example. The military for centuries and centuries have been about soldiers who are trained to fight and be able to endure combat. And if you have these people that are transgender and they're taking these chemicals and they're screwing their body imbalances up and their chemical imbalances up, right, and their hormones and everything else that those pills do to you, and you have them in the military now, you are literally lowering the bar of what it takes to qualify to become capable of getting into the service. Now, what's going to happen in the long run if you allow that is we literally will become weaker as a country. As a military, we become weaker. And the reason why is because the bar has been lowered.
Well, but what is your listen? What is your scientific proof that this stuff is making men weaker? These things they take.
Well, perfect example. Let me tell you this. This is the thing. Women barely, and I mean barely, are even able to get into the military.
Not true.
Well, yeah, they were until they lowered the bar. They had to lower the bar for the women, obviously.
No, if you look it up, they
High
did not
bar.
lower
It's still very
standards.
high bar.
They didn't lower standards.
What's that?
They didn't lower standards. You have to have the same training as anyone else.
Yeah, of course you do.
So do trans people.
That's the whole point I'm making. So if you have a transgender get into the military and they don't even know if they're a he, a she, a who, a he, or an HDMI cable, okay? If they don't know if they're a military jet or a cat, the problem is that how does the rest of the world look at us when they see that we're becoming a laughing stock? They're not going to take us serious at all.
We're becoming a laughing stock because of our leader. We're becoming a laughing stock because of our leader. We're becoming a laughing stock because of our leader, not because of trans people in the military. Can you just admit that you don't like transgender people?
No, I have no problem with transgender people.
Okay, so just answer me this. What? Hold on, bro. Don't talk over me. You got to be fair. It's my show, Nicholas. It's my show, Nicholas. Where are they indoctrinating children in the schools?
Are you kidding me? It's all over. Why do you think
Where?
that Trump basically had to kill the wokeness off? And he signed how many executive orders in order to stop all of the woke agenda that was happening through our professors in college, and it's indoctrinated everywhere.
Where is it happening, Nicholas? Where is it happening? Where is it happening? Where are kids being indoctrinated to be trans? Tell me where.
Are you kidding me? I mean, it's everywhere.
Where?
In your elementary schools.
Which ones?
It's everywhere. It's in your elementary schools. It's all over the place.
But it's not,
Trump
though.
Literally, look it up right now. You're on your computer. Trump signed executive orders, okay, that basically stopped schools from allowing the teachers and stuff to actually teach transgender books and reading to children without the parents' knowledge, because they weren't even getting the parents' decision whether they were okay with it or not.
Do you know that that's a bullshit executive order, that it wasn't even happening to begin with?
What's that?
You know that was a bullshit executive order, that it wasn't even happening to begin with? Like Trump just does this shit to satisfy you bigot
motherfuckers? Trump just sends executive orders just for show to make people think that something's happening. You know how ridiculous that sounds?
You know that Trump is the biggest con man in the history of America, right? Are you serious?
This is the problem. Let me tell you, this is the situation. Hear me out. This is the problem. See, when you have a man, okay, that is an absolute billionaire that cannot be bought off by anybody whatsoever, and you have a corrupt, embedded government that has been the same way for years, centuries, okay? I mean, decades, you've had this corrupt government that is being led by... All right,
listen, let me talk. Let me talk.
Let me finish your point.
Hurry up, because you've been talking 90% of the time. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Let me make this point, and I'll shut up for a while. I apologize. Thanks for taking my call. You're awesome.
No problem.
So I'll sum it up real quick. So basically, the issue is that you've got Hollywood, you've got college professors, you've got television commercials, you've got TV, you've got schools everywhere. I mean, the radio, Facebook. I mean, you've got social media, you've got Google, everything is all literally powered by left-wing corrupt agenda. It's hard to see the truth for what it is and see through the smoke screens because you're literally infatuated by it. Not infatuated, I'm sorry, but you're consumed by it is what I meant. And so it's so hard to see the truth. So those that do see the truth and come to the right side, which is almost impossible, it's a miracle for them too. And when you guys do, see, the problem is that CNN and everybody, they all manipulate you guys.
Do you know that you just described, hold on. Do you know, Nicholas, that you just described your exact situation with Fox News? Like, I'm going to give you an example. This is, hold on, bro, Nicholas, come on, man. You're acting real MAGA-like, talking over me on my own fucking show. You're being real MAGA right now. Okay, listen. So first of all, this is what has happened with you, with Fox News, not with us, with CNN. I don't even watch that shit. You've been indoctrinated to believe all this horse shit. For example, you said Donald Trump is an absolute billionaire. No, he wasn't. You said he can't be bought off. Let me give you some examples. So a woman went to a dinner, okay, at Mar-a-Lago, a benefit dinner for Trump. She paid $1 million. As like a donation to Trump. A couple of months later, her son, who had pleaded guilty to his crimes, was pardoned. Okay. Now you got CZ. CZ was the CEO of Binance, a horrible crypto platform that was helping pedos and terrorist organizations launder money. Okay. He pleaded guilty to his crimes. He was not railroaded. He pleaded guilty to his crimes. He got Donald Trump a $2 billion investment into Liberty Financial, which is Donald Trump's company that owns his crypto coin. Next thing you know, he was pardoned. When Trump was asked, why did you pardon him? He said, I don't even know who he is. I don't know anything about it, because he didn't want to admit that he did it as a bribe. Also, Trump dropped his crypto coin the day before inauguration. Since then, he's made $3.8 billion fucking dollars off of that crypto coin. At one point, a few months back, he had a big dinner where the top 200 investors into his crypto coin got to come eat dinner with him at Mar-a-Lago. It was supposed to be a secret dinner. He didn't want the press reporting on it. And then when the people showed up, they were all wearing masks and shit like that because they didn't want their identities to be known. Now, that is literally a back channel for access to the president. The crypto coin is for foreign leaders and shit like that to pay billions of dollars into his coin, and then they get access to him. What do you mean he can't be bought? We've never seen a president in history who can be bought like Trump.
Okay, well, let me ask you this question. So when you get all your information, I would be willing to bet anything that the information that you're receiving, if you look it up right now where you get your facts, 90% sure, guaranteed that it is left-wing propaganda that you're getting it from.
No, it's not. Donald Trump, do you know that it is a fact?
Well, tell me, where do you get your facts from? Tell me.
Bro, there's certain things that even Trump doesn't deny. You don't have to get information from any one source. You realize that? Like you could read transcripts. Hold on, you could read transcripts from congressional hearings. You could read all types of shit. The government's own websites like DOJ.gov and everything else. And Donald Trump does not deny that he pardoned CZ, and he does not deny that CZ got him a $2 billion investment into his company. He even said on 60 Minutes, well, I know he works with my kids. For fuck's sake, bro.
What he's doing is not illegal. Should we talk about the things that Biden has done that is illegal?
Yep, go ahead.
CNN,
go ahead.
Never see talked about on MSNBC or anywhere.
What did he do? Tell me what Biden did that was illegal. Go ahead.
Oh, my God. Let me crack my knuckles. Okay, so I listened to you for a while, so here we go. Now, check this out. This is what cracks me up about the left. The left will literally, be willing to jump over the fact that Biden is so corrupt and has done so much stuff in Hillary, with the dossier and the Russian collusion bullshit. They will literally be willing to overlook. I mean, they could murder.
Bro. What did Biden do that's illegal? What did Biden do that's illegal?
Because Trump had a casino that went bankrupt. This is how dumb the left is, okay? They focus on the stupidest things. You know, Trump, compared to Biden's corruptness, is mind-boggling. Okay, so what they did was Hillary Clinton took out a Pfizer warrant. You know, she took out the dossier because what they needed to spy on Trump.
Nicholas, what did Biden do that was illegal? I'm not going to let you skirt around the question and just talk about other shit. You said you made a statement. Now back it up.
What Biden did was illegal was he actually went through Ukraine and funneled millions and millions of dollars to his son Hunter and to those companies, and that was absolutely 100% illegal.
Why did the Republican House Oversight Committee clear him of any wrongdoing?
Well, that's because they're all ran by liberals.
Oh, of course.
And another thing, too, when you said all the federal judges voted that the election wasn't stolen, those federal judges were all liberal judges.
Do you know how many of those judges? Do you know that many of those judges were appointed by Trump, those federal judges?
No, they were not.
Yes, they were.
Those federal judges that wrote against them, look it up, were actual liberal judges, and they were not appointed by Trump, actually.
Many of the judges were appointed by Trump himself.
They were appointed by Obama. I'm telling you right now.
No, they weren't.
And so, as far as the election being stolen, I mean, it was as obvious as hell. You look at all the election places; they were blocking out the windows with cardboards and newspapers, so people couldn't even see in what they were doing.
Sure, they were.
The people that are there,
sure, they were.
By law, supposed to be
where did they block out the windows? Which places exactly?
In Atlanta, it happened. It happened in Michigan. It happened even in your state, Pennsylvania.
Where?
Blocking out the windows. Yeah, and the people that are supposed to be counting the votes, watching them count the votes, I can't remember what they're called, forgive me, but during each election,
poll watchers.
These people that what are they called again?
Poll watchers.
Thank you, my bad. Okay, yeah, poll watchers. So the poll watchers, they weren't even letting the poll watchers in.
Yes, they were. That's a rumor. The Republican poll watchers were there. You could check it out.
They were there, but they could not get in the building.
They were in the building, bro. They were in the building.
No, they were not in Atlanta.
Yes, they were.
In Atlanta and in Michigan, they did not allow them into the building. And not only that,
it's not true.
In Atlanta or Georgia, the reason why those election polls come back for so long is because you have that African American woman with that huge ballot of votes. That she.
Ruby Freeman?
Was on the news.
Ruby Freeman. You mean Ruby Freeman, who won the lawsuit against Rudy Giuliani because he falsely accused her of what you're saying right now?
Well, I mean,
it was proven in court that what you're saying is bullshit. And Ruby Freeman won the lawsuit, and her daughter.
I didn't know she won that lawsuit. So,
she did.
I mean, I didn't know. So, I mean, if that's the case, then I'm incorrect on that part. And I have no problem admitting that because I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah,
but the point is that, that election was completely stolen. You do not get hundreds of thousands of Americans storming the Capitol for the first time in U.S. history.
There was not hundreds of thousands of Americans. There wasn't hundreds of thousands, but go ahead.
Actually, there was 90,000 Americans there that day in D.C. and they not all of them
in D.C. So okay. So listen to what you just said. So you just said there was hundreds of thousands that stormed the Capitol, but there was only 90,000 in all of D.C.
Okay, well, my numbers, when I said hundreds of thousands, I meant 100,000 people, but yes, but my point I'm trying to make is, excuse me if I'm not exactly accurate on that exact number, but my point I'm making, the Capitol has never been stormed like that, ever in U.S. history. The only thing that ever came close to that is when the White House was burned down way back during the Revolutionary War, I believe is what it was, and so, other than that, that's never happened ever since. Why do you think that happened? Obviously.
Why do you think it happened?
It happened because the election was stolen from the American people.
No. Nicholas, it happened because the sore loser of that election convinced a bunch of maniacs that the election was stolen. Everything else Everything proves that it wasn't. Donald Trump even hired a private firm to find election fraud and couldn't, so he fired the firm.
How do you answer this then? At night when the election happened and Trump was leading, I don't know the exact number, but I know it was really big. I believe he was leading. Yeah, 70% of the vote was in, and he was definitely winning by a wide majority. Okay, everybody knew he was about to win, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, bam, everything stopped. They're like, "What the hell is going on?" And that's when they were sneaking all those extra votes in, and then bam, Biden all of a sudden, just like that, came rolling right back and all of a sudden took the lead.
Okay, can I tell you? First of all, nothing stopped. Everything kept going. But let me tell you how. It's called fucking counting. Did you ever watch a football game and the score was one thing and then you went to take a piss and you came back and the score was different? It's called fucking counting. And they said, Nicholas, hold on, for months before the election, for months, they said on every news media, in the beginning of the night, Trump is going to be winning. You know why? Because they count the votes that took place on that day at the polls. They count them first. And obviously, more MAGA people were going to go out and vote at the polls because it was the liberals that were worried about COVID and MAGA that ignored it. So they literally said the majority of mail-in votes are going to be votes for Biden. So they're going to count Trump's votes first. Then they're going to count all of Biden's, and that's why it's going to change.
Let me ask you this. Knowing that people believe in mail-in voting, it is the most idiotic thing I've ever heard of in my life.
Do you know that Donald Trump voted by mail in the 2022 midterms?
I didn't. But whether he did or didn't, he doesn't believe in it now. Before, it doesn't matter. The point is that paper ballots are the worst thing you could possibly support.
Do you know we've always had mail-in ballots? How do you think our military votes when they're overseas? We've always had mail-in ballots.
I know, but come on, you're comparing people that are in the military to regular U.S. citizens with mail-in ballots. Obviously, people in the military are going to be, there are probably some that might be up to no good, of course, I serve too, but the point is that, you can't compare that to millions of Americans doing mail-in ballots. God knows
why not?
What's happening. It's because it can easily be fraudulent.
Okay, so after 5 years now, and Donald Trump hiring his own firm and Mike Lindell and all his horse shit and everything else, can you please tell me what number of votes was illegal?
I obviously don't have that number.
Of course. Nobody does, because there wasn't any illegal votes. There was a handful. It wasn't widespread. It was not outcome determinative. It couldn't have changed the outcome of the election. There was no widespread voter fraud, bro, or we'd have the numbers. You think Donald Trump, you think Donald Trump, the most petty man in the world, who even tried to boycott the fucking Emmys because he didn't win Best Show for The Apprentice one year, you're telling me the most petty man in the world would have let this go without exact numbers?
Yes, you know why? Because he's not petty. Just everyone that doesn't like him talks about the little petty things.
He's not petty.
And they overlook the massive corruption that happens.
He's not petty. This is a guy who stood at Charlie Kirk's memorial when Charlie Kirk's wife said, my husband truly loved his enemies. He didn't hate his enemies. Donald Trump said, well, I don't agree with him. I hate my enemies. He's not petty.
Of course, I'm glad he hates his enemies. He should be alert. He should be aware. But he also tries to love his enemies too, and which is very smart.
Which enemies does he love?
Try to make them look bad because he's always talking about how he wants to get along with Putin. That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing.
To get along with Putin?
I could go on forever. Let me tell you this: Trump is the first president in U.S. history, in American history, to ever set foot on the soil of North Korea. He's the first president to actually bring world peace in over 1,000 years to the Middle East. World peace in the Middle East.
Wait a minute. There's peace in the Middle East? Where?
You'll never see that in the
What do you mean there's peace in the Middle East? What do you mean?
It doesn't serve you guys' agenda.
What do you mean there's peace in the Middle East? What are you talking about?
Trump has brought peace to the Middle East.
How?
Are you kidding me? Yes, he has. And not only that, but on top of that, Trump only made $1 during his presidency, the first term and this term. He only makes $1 for his entire presidency. He does it for free. He's not even making money off the shit.
Let me ask you something, Nicholas. Nicholas, do you know what the emoluments clause is?
Do I know what is?
The emoluments clause.
The emoluments one?
Emoluments, yes.
Emoluments, if I had to guess, I could be wrong, but I'm assuming that you're referring to the salary that a president makes every year. That's what I was talking about.
No, this is, let me tell you what the emoluments clause is. So the emoluments clause, and there's a foreign and domestic one. It basically says that if the president takes his paycheck, he cannot take one dime of compensation from anyone or anywhere else, period. So Donald Trump gave up his paycheck so he can take money from anyone and anywhere he wants to. I'll give you an example. A lot of that money going into his crypto coin is from foreign leaders in foreign countries. Even in his first term, he took $7 million into his own private companies from foreign countries.
That's awesome. The guy's a smart man. He wrote the art of the deal. I hope he gets more. He's a genius, but he's not illegal.
Okay, so wait a minute. So nobody said it was illegal. You said he made $1. You said he made $1. Did you not just say that? Now I'm telling you he made millions and billions, and you're like, fucking awesome.
It's $1. That's what he gets paid as president. Because when you're sworn in as a president, you have to get some kind of salary. So he accepts $1. That's what he accepts. And it's not like he's not getting that money because, it's a way for him to get, launder all this other money. That's not why he's doing it. Now, yes, he can't use
yes, it is.
money while he's president.
It is. Nicholas, it is. It is. He does it so he can take money from everywhere else. You don't get it? The motherfucker took a $400 million jet as a gift. Do you understand that? If Obama did that, you'd want him dead.
You guys cracking me up. It's not even his plane. That plane he accepted is given to the United States military. It's not his plane.
What happens to that plane in 2029?
Bring it with his other plane. It's not like he's going to park it with his Trump plane. It's not his plane.
What happens in 2029 to that plane? What happens?
It goes to the after. I think I could be wrong about this, but I believe they're going to give it back to them after a certain point in time. I can't remember, but I can't remember not.
Well, I can. So let me tell you. So in 2029, first of all, let me tell you about the plane. So the Palace in the Sky, the Qatari jet that he took, $400 million. Okay. First of all, obviously it's a Qatari jet. It's going to take, they said, anywhere between $600 million and $1 billion of taxpayer money to retrofit, even though we already had 2 new Air Force Ones ordered through Boeing that we're going to take about the same amount of time as it's going to take to retrofit the Qatari jet. So it's going to be about $1 billion in tax money. It's not even going to be done until around 2028. In 2029, when Donald Trump leaves office, it goes to his presidential library. It goes with him, where he'll even be able to use it as his personal jet. It's not staying with the Department of Defense. Not even Donald Trump says that it is.
Well, it's going to the presidential library, which isn't something that Donald Trump owns. He might have access to it because he was a U.S. president. But the point is it's going
but hold on, Nicholas. Why isn't it staying with the Department of Defense so that President Newsom can use it?
I mean, that's just all government talk right there. I mean, the point is, at the end of the day, it's going to the U.S., the United States.
No, it's going to his presidential library where he will be able to use it.
Yes, but you know what? So will everybody else be able to use it.
No, they won't. No, the next president cannot use it. The next president cannot use it.
That's not his personal plane.
It's going to the presidential library. It will not be with the Department of Defense. No future president will be able to use it.
The way I look at it is we can compare apples to oranges that's what the thing about the left. That's what I mean about how you guys.
Yeah, we come with facts and you guys can't stand facts. I know.
This is the thing. I would, even if that was, let's say that was the case.
It is the case.
But let's say that was the
case. It is the case. Oh, motherfucker. Hold on. Hold on.
If I have to compare.
What happens to the Qatari jet when Donald Trump leaves office? Hold on. What happens to the Qatari jet when Donald Trump leaves office?
Keep in mind where he's getting his information from. If it's NPR or
Oh, yeah, of course. It's always the source. Look, after Donald Trump leaves office in early 2029, current plans dictate that the Qatari gifted Boeing 747-8 will be transferred to the Trump Presidential Library Foundation. Jesus Christ.
okay.
And look, transfer of ownership. Hold on. Transfer of ownership. The aircraft is scheduled to be transferred to Trump's Presidential Library Foundation no later than January 1st, 2029. Trump is publicly, so it's not going to be a government jet anymore. It's not going to be Air Force One. It's going to be Trump's jet.
Okay, so where's that information you're getting from? What site is it?
This is from I did Gemini, Google AI.
Google AI. Okay, now think about that for a second. Google AI. Google is owned by. Well, let's think about that.
All right, hold on. Grok. Who is Grok owned by?
Grok. Yeah, I know you're going with that. It's owned by Elon.
Okay. Hey, Grok.
Good call.
Hey, Grok.
Hey,
What happened? What's going to happen to the Qatari jet when Donald Trump leaves office? Hold on, she's getting ready to answer.
Dude, and another thing too is AI. You got to be careful with because AI actually lies a lot. ChatGPT actually lies all the time.
Hold on, we got to stay quiet because she listens. And then let me ask again. Hey, Grok, what's going to happen to the Qatari jet when Trump leaves office in 2029?
that Qatari Boeing 747-8? It became U.S. government property back in 2025. An unconditional donation straight to the Pentagon Air Force, not to Trump personally. Once he's out in 2029, it stays in the Air Force fleet exactly like the current Air Force One planes do. Former presidents fly on regular military VIP jets.
Lying
smaller
bitch.
ones.
Is the Qatari jet? Hold on, bro. Let me ask her. Hold on, bro. Is the Qatari jet going to go to Trump's presidential library in 2029?
Nah, bro. That ain't
That's
happening.
bullshit.
The
That's
jet got
bullshit.
accepted as an unconditional.
It's bro. It's not true. I don't give a fuck. It's not true. It's going to his presidential library. Trump said it himself.
Brother, hear me out, brother. Hear me out, brother. I'm coming from my heart right now, and I mean this, okay? I really mean this, bro, okay? Like, I'm being sincere. Like, I'm fucking really coming from my heart right now, bro. You're an American, okay? You're a father. You know, you're a family man. Bro, when it is so fucking just corrupted around you, it's so hard to see the truth. But
Bro, you're talking. You listen to Fox. Bro, listen to me, Nicholas. Check. Hold on, Nicholas. Check. Google it while you're doing this. Google it. Check it through ChatGPT. Check what happens to the Qatari jet in 2029.
I don't trust a damn thing ChatGPT says. ChatGPT is known to lie. Doesn't tell the truth.
So is Grok. Grok is known to lie too.
Well, I mean, yeah, it might lie on certain things. It's not 100% honest. That's the whole point of AI.
So she's lying about this.
But
she's lying about this.
Let me finish, bud. But the thing is that with Gemini and all these other companies that are owned by, I'm having a brain fart, but high tech. Help me out here. There's, tech. What's it called? Fucking. Oh my God. What's the main word for all social media? Google, Apple.
I don't know.
Slogan name.
Social media. I don't know.
I can't think of the name right now. Big tech. Oh my God, I couldn't think right there. Sorry. Okay. The thing is, though, is 90% of big tech is owned by the left-wing agenda.
Okay. Listen to the sources. Listen to the source. Bro, hold the fuck on. Don't yell over me. You make me crazy with that shit. Jesus. All right, listen. So, Upon Donald Trump leaving office, the current plan is for the Qatari gifted Boeing 747-8 to be transferred to the foundation for his future presidential library. This arrangement would allow for his continued personal use of the aircraft post-presidency. Sources: Newsweek, BBC, Fox News, AmericanOversight.org, ABC News, Yahoo,
Everything you're mentioning is literally owned by the
Fox News, Fox News,
All ran by the same
Fox
Democratic Party.
News.
Do you not get
Fox
that?
News is one of the sources. Fox News.
Yeah, I don't trust Fox News either.
Oh
Fox
my
News barely
God,
used to be real.
bro!
Now
You
listen, Fox
so
News-
out of all these sources, the one that gave you the answer is the one you trust. The one that gave you the answer you wanted. Grok, which is owned by Elon Musk.
The answer I wanted.
Elon Musk, the guy that paid $250 million to get Trump elected. So you believe only that source because that's the answer you wanted.
No, that's what you're putting in my mouth. This is the thing. Whether it's true or not, compare that to all of the corrupt billions of dollars that have been corrupted and taken by the Democratic Party.
Who? What? Tell me which ones.
Look at all the Somalians in Michigan. The millions and millions of dollars have been stealing.
It's happening in Ohio too. Who's?
Become the fucking vice president. Oh my God, could you imagine?
It's happening in.
He's still trying to hide the crap, and they don't want to talk about it.
It's happening in Ohio too.
Another thing.
It's happening in Ohio too.
No, I believe it. It's probably happening all over the country.
Is Ohio a blue state?
Ohio is, I believe it's a red state, but I can't remember.
Who's the ex-governor of Ohio?
I can't think of his. I know who it is. I just can't think of his name right now. But he is a Republican, so.
Well, who is he?
I can't think of his damn name. Oh my God, that just got me crazy. I can't think of his name. But I gotta point one thing out why we have listeners. Because one thing I've noticed on the air that people don't mention that much, and it's the most obvious thing, and it's always blew my mind why people don't point it out. So people always wonder why illegal immigration is so bad and why the Democrats are so for people coming over illegally. They don't let them come over illegally because they care about their well-being. It's horseshit they're feeding.
So why do they, as you say, why do they let them come here, as you say? You said they let them come here. Why?
I'm gonna tell you.
Go ahead.
This is why. This is the golden answer, and it is the 100% truth. The reason why Biden let so many people over, and the reason why they do it so much is because they know that they will vote for the Democrats to be in office. They do it for votes. At the end of the day, that's what it's for. It's for. So
All right. Now hold on. Can illegal immigrants vote?
Of course they can.
How?
In California, they're trying to let it be illegal for illegal aliens to vote. It's been all over the news. They're trying to.
Oh, they're trying to let it. Wait a minute. So you just said they can vote, but then you said they're trying in one state to allow them to vote. So illegal immigrants can't vote.
You know how? Look at the mail-in ballots. You know how many votes that probably came in that were from illegal immigrants? We don't even realize.
No. We would know. We would know. You think we can't find that out?
Of course, they tell you would know. They want you to think that. But the truth
Okay,
is,
so how many illegal immigrants voted in the 2020 election?
That's what sacrificed for those votes, and Biden knows it.
So how many illegal immigrants voted in the 2020 election?
By the hands of rapists and killers that are coming over here illegally and killing our American
Nicholas,
people at the hands of
how many illegal voters voted in the 2020 election?
Well, that's the problem. That's why we need a better ballot system, because we don't know, and that's scary.
So Donald Trump, a guy who you say is a billionaire, super wealthy, can't be bought, all that horse shit. Donald Trump let himself lose the election. He did not look into this, even though he hired a firm to find out if there was any illegal voting. And then when they came back with the answer no, he fired them. You're telling me that he wouldn't have gotten to the bottom of this, that we're just guessing that a bunch of illegals voted?
Come on, brother, you're a smart guy.
Yeah, I'm smart enough to know illegal immigrants cannot vote. They cannot vote.
All the Democrats Democratic Party is letting all these illegal immigrants over to the country for votes, man.
But they can't vote. But they can't vote.
Huh?
They can't vote.
Of course they can. Dude, if they can get fake Social Security numbers and get jobs and pass as an American
They can't.
you don't think
They
can
can't get Social Security numbers. They can't get payroll jobs.
They found so many situations where people were voting that weren't even alive before. People that weren't even born
Yeah,
yet
according
were
to
voting.
Mike Lindell.
Come on,
Yeah,
bro.
sure. People that weren't even born yet were voting, huh? Yeah.
Actually, it's fact. Look it up. This is truth. That's why.
Okay, tell me. No. You look it up. How about that? Since you don't trust any sources except Grok for when she tells you something you want to hear, look it up right now. I'm going to wait. Hold on. I'm going to sit right here and wait while you find out how many illegal voters voted in 2020, 2024, whatever you want. I'm going to wait. Go ahead.
You're missing the point, bud.
No, I'm not, bud.
No, we don't know. We can't track them. That's why the Democrats want them here illegally.
So you're telling me, hold on, you're telling me the U.S. government cannot figure out what votes were fraudulent and what were real?
They absolutely, the Democratic Party, can have a lot of illegal immigrants coming over here voting. I mean,
They can't vote.
Getting a mail-in ballot in someone's mailbox that don't even live there anymore, and damn, somebody's voting that's pretending to be somebody else. I mean, come on, bro. It's common sense, dude. You know how many people can vote that are not here legally, and we don't even have any way of tracking whether it's really that person that voted or not? That's why the Democrats want so many illegal immigrants over here. That's why they want you to depend on the Democratic Party and food stamps and all that. So that way you depend on them. That way they need you. So they stay in power.
Hey, hold on a sec. Hold on, Nicholas. Nick, can you give me 10 seconds? Can illegal immigrants vote in U.S. elections?
Well, of course it's going to say
No, bro. You can't talk or she hears you and just
I'm sorry.
yeah, hold on. Can illegal immigrants vote in U.S. elections? Grok, can illegal immigrants vote in U.S. elections?
Hell no, they can't, dipshit. Federal law says only citizens can vote in national elections. It's been that way since the fucking Constitution got patched up. Some dumbass states let non-citizens vote in local shit like school boards or city councils, but presidential or congressional? Nah, that's a straight ticket to federal pound me in the ass prison, if you even try. Though let's be real, the way this country's run, half the voters look like they swam across the goddamn border themselves. You think ICE is out there checking IDs at the polls? Shit. They're probably
So let me ask you,
crying in a corner
Grok.
about avocado.
Grok, so why do so many people believe that illegal immigrants can vote in federal elections?
A ton of it comes from straight up political hype, especially from the right. Trump and folks like him have been hammering for years that Democrats are importing voters or letting millions of illegals flood the polls to steal elections. That narrative blew up huge during the border surge, and even after 2024, it's still everywhere.
There you go, buddy. So now you believed her when she gave you the answer.
It's still everywhere is because we have over freaking 20 million illegals in the U.S. That's why it's everywhere.
Can you give me the source that says that we have 20 million illegals? Go ahead.
Absolutely. And since Trump's been in office and since the deportation process is taking place, we're almost down to 18 million, and it's amazing. And
Okay, all right. So go get me the source.
And that's the other thing.
So get me the source.
The Democratic Party, as soon as you guys get wind that maybe we're telling the truth, they throw out the racist card. Everything's racist. If I fart, I'm racist. It's bullshit. My God, you guys got to use your brain cells. I'm not trying to dump you personally.
No. You guys are racist. You vote for a guy who's endorsed by every white supremacist group in the country and the KKK.
Bro, you got to stop watching CNN. And
I don't watch CNN, bro. I know facts. And I'm proving you wrong. Listen, every single thing you've said this entire phone call, with the exception of Grok lying, the bitch, about the jet, every single thing I've proven you wrong on. Why is it that I know so much more than you?
No, you haven't. Are you kidding me?
Can you
proving me wrong on?
I've proven you wrong on everything. You didn't know what the emoluments clause was. You don't know anything. Now go get me the source that says there's 20 million illegals in the country.
what's funny is you talk about the racist and all that, and how Trump, was whatever it was you said, but the KKK literally was the Democratic Party.
God. Oh, my God. Nicholas, the Democratic Party was the conservatives. Now they're the liberals. The Republicans are the conservatives now. The Democrats of back then.
Definitely not what they used to be. I can tell you that right
now.
Oh,
and the Republican Party is?
The racist card is so sad because this is why aliens...
No. You guys, listen. You guys are racist, and you can't stand... you can't stand being called out on it.
Give me a break, bro.
You're what?
My best friend is black.
There we go. I've never met a racist who didn't have a black best friend. Never.
Well, so my wife is black. Does that mean I'm racist still?
Well, first of all, you're just telling me that, and I don't know it to be true. But if so, yes, you guys.
I can send you a picture of you right now if you want to read my Facebook.
So you vote for a party that hates your wife.
Listen, no, I don't. I vote for a party that doesn't. It's just the other side thinks they do because
no, you do. The first thing
manipulated. You guys are manipulated by everything, telling you that we're the ones that are brainwashed and manipulated, so you don't realize that you're the ones that are brainwashed.
We're not.
I mean,
listen, Donald Trump breezed through the primaries as soon as he said the words "Mexicans are rapists."
Say that again?
Donald Trump breezed through the primaries as soon as he said the words "Mexicans are rapists."
He never said Mexicans are rapists. He said that the problem is that we're getting people here illegally, and not all of them. Some are good. I've literally watched every speech he's ever done. Trust me, I literally have not missed one. Now he says some are good, but there are bad ones, and we're getting the rapists.
He said they're drug traffickers, they're rapists, and some I assume are good people. That's what he said.
Yeah, he's right. Some probably are good people, and there are good people. But
no, you should be saying, well, some probably are racist, but the majority of them are probably good people. Let me ask you something, Nicholas.
I get the wording.
Nicholas,
I get the wording context.
Nicholas, hold on. Can I ask you something?
The point is that
Nicholas, Nicholas,
that the racist thing. You guys will eat out of the Democratic hands. Everything is racist and fast.
No. The problem is, let me tell you what the problem is, Nicholas. What the problem is one side calls too much shit racism, and the other side calls nothing racism. So if you came on this thing and started screaming the N-word about black people, 90% of the MAGA people in the chat will say you're not racist. The left calls everything racist. You guys are full of shit.
Ridiculous.
You are racist. Let me ask you something. The Republican Party, out of the two parties, which party still waves the Confederate flag to this very day?
Yeah, but what you're doing...
Oh, wait. No. Please answer the question.
I'm trying to. You are taking a very small group of Trump supporters that are happy to be in the South that talk like this. Let me tell you what, saying here.
Hey, Nikki Haley, let me tell you something. Nikki Haley fought to keep the Confederate flag in front of the Capitol building in her state. Is she just some hillbilly Trump supporter?
Well, no, but she's also trying to preserve the history of her state. That doesn't mean she's a racist.
Oh, okay.
It's the same thing with them taking all the statues.
What does that history represent again? What does that Confederate flag represent again? I can't remember. What does that Confederate flag represent again?
I know what it represents. My point I'm making is that she's not racist. She's trying to preserve the history. Just like how everybody wants to tear down all these statues because they were known to own slaves and stuff. You're erasing history. That's a great way to make us repeat it.
Okay, can I ask you something? You don't like tearing down history?
No.
Okay. How do you feel about the East Wing of the White House being torn down to put a gaudy ballroom there?
The East Wing of the White House isn't being torn down. It's being added onto the White House.
No. Donald Trump demolished the East Wing of the White House.
Well, I mean, considering that, I don't think that he actually is demolishing part of.
He already demolished it. It's gone. The East Wing is gone. It's not there anymore. So does that bother you?
I mean, no, but let me tell you why.
Of course not, because Trump did it. Of course not.
Do you want to hear the answer?
Sure.
He's not erasing the actual history forever because he doesn't like it. He's adding on to the history by improving it.
No.
Because
he tore down the east wing of the White House.
It's going to be a full operational intelligence system in case we ever have like a World War III or something. I mean, that is some serious shit.
Or it's just going to be a ballroom where Donald Trump can invite all his rich friends and shit all over poor people some more. No, that's exactly what it's going to be. No, but let's go back to the question. Are you bothered by Donald Trump tearing down the east wing of the White House?
No, because he's adding on to history.
So it's not history. No, he tore down history. He didn't add to the east wing, Nick. He tore it down. He tore it down. He didn't add to it.
There's a difference between taking a part of the West Wing out to add on to it for the improvement and the strength of our nation than it is to tear down and remove an entire statue, okay, that represents...
Okay, all right, so tell me about this. How would you feel? What the fuck happened? I didn't hang up on him. He'll call back. You guys are so full of shit. I swear to fucking God. You're so full of shit. The guy tore down the east wing of the White House. He says he's not tearing down history. He's adding to it. No. There's subtraction and there's addition. Okay? If you subtract something and then later you add something, doesn't take away the fact that something was subtracted, does it? You had to get rid of the east wing of the White House to put the stupid fucking ballroom there. You had to get rid of the east wing of the White House. Now, if we tore down going by what he says is okay, what is acceptable, adding to it, tearing it down so you could add to it. So if we tore down a statue of Robert E. Lee and put up a statue of George Floyd, I guess you MAGA guys wouldn't have any problem with it, right? Hey, baby.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too. I'm live on a politics show. Want to give me a kiss? How do you feel, baby?
Okay.
I love you.
Well, they can't see me.
Say hi.
Happy New Year.
That's my lovely wife, Shanna.
I'm going to go in my room. My chair's on.
Is it really? Good. I'll be down shortly. All right. Love you, baby. Bobby said Happy New Year, Shanna. So did War.
Happy New Year.
Said Happy New Year. Michael James did too. Thank you, Michael James. See that? Michael James hates me, but the wife is real. Take that, Republicans. Well, yeah, I mean, who knows what they think. I wouldn't be surprised. They really do believe, I think, that I live in a basement. I don't. I really don't, though. Thank you very much, Winter Lindy. I appreciate that. Tammy Stanzel, same to you. Poorly constructed ROFL. Y'all just inventing reason why your God King can do no wrong. You see how I got him, though? Like, that's how you debate. You say, hey, oh, you don't like history being torn down. How do you feel about the east wing of the White House being torn down? And at first, they'll deny it. It isn't being torn down. No. It has already been torn down. Well, that's okay, because you're going to put what he said is like an entire intelligence center, which is in actuality just going to be a ballroom. Just a ballroom, because Trump is fucking as vain as they come, and he needs some place to party with billionaires and walk all over fucking poor people again. Thank you, Brian Hill. I will. Same to you, brother. You and your family. You need to be harder on him when you ask for a source. Don't let him pivot. But Bill, I already know how this goes, though. There are no sources. There are no. You see how he just keeps talking? He talks over you and he pivots from subject to subject because, look, he said Biden did illegal shit. I said, what did he do illegal? He started talking about Hillary Clinton. I mean, I know how these people are. I do. She is Michael and is a nurse with a golden heart. Yes, she is. Thank you, Michael James. I appreciate the compliment. I really do. Even if we disagree on shit. Thank you, man. My president loves eating pecker, Big Leo. No ballroom. It's a throne for his bootlickers. Yeah. All right, guys, listen, I'm gonna get going. I only stayed on because we were part of that fucking, or we had that debate going, but there's only 59 people watching. So I appreciate all you guys. I truly do wish you a happy new year, whether you agree with me or disagree with me. And I will be on again soon to do another one of these shows. Thank you for being here. Please hit the like and subscribe on your way out. And have a good day, guys. Peace.